It's a district breakdown time. We are joined with Jon Poorman from the Houston Chronicle. When you talk 15-6A, you talk about the Klein schools, the Tomball schools, but they're adding Waller this year. How do you feel this district is going to play out?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how some of these teams fare, with the offensive firepower that they lost to graduation. But you start with the defending champion in Klein Collins. You know that they're going to be in the mix at the top under Coach Adrian Mitchell. They're going to play tough defense. They're going to run the ball right at you, and so that's been a recipe for success for them in recent years. You kind of go down the line, though. The team that really had the best season out of that district was Tomball, who was the fourth-place team. Believe it or not, in the standings, they made it all the way to the state semifinals, under Coach Kevin Flanagan. Just a historic year for the Cougars. They did lose a lot of talent, including starting quarterback, dual threat guy, Cale Helms, who moved on to Army. But the good news for Tomball is that they bring back a very talented running back, probably the top returning running back in the district, with Christian Womack, who rushed for over 1,300 yards and 21 touchdowns as a junior. So, right off the bat, you look at those two teams and, you're kind of thinking that they're going to be in the mix at the top just based on what they did last year. But then you look at Klein Oak, a really interesting team to me because they have a great quarterback receiver duo with PJ Hatter and Caleb Black, two really great athletes there. Klein Kane, not sure about them. Obviously, they've had a lot of success in recent years as well, but they, lose their starting quarterback, Carson Roper, one of the best receivers in the city with Matthew Golden moving on to UH, and running back Ramir McCray. So, they're going to have some spots to fill offensively. You mentioned Waller coming into this district. It's going to be interesting to see how they fare. They are still seeking their first winning season since 2015. So, they've got some work to do, especially in this district where it's, there's some physical football being played every week. A lot of these programs like to run the football and play good defense. So I would expect more of the same this season.
Yeah, it seems like last year when we talked about this district, we were talking about Jaden Blue and how he might turn things up for Klein Kane, and he didn't even play. He took himself out of the running and didn't play. He kind of sat out that year, and they still ended up making some noise there. And then 2 years ago was the Tomball Memorial pass happy attack there that got through that whole district even during the COVID year. Is any of these teams, do you see as one of those teams that kind of, jump up and do some things that we don't expect, or is that where you're kind of putting Klein Oak at? Because like you talked about Caleb Black, he is something else, and he's just going to be a junior.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say, especially with Klein Kane. I'm not sure of the offensive pieces that they're bringing in to replace those talented guys. I'm sure that they've got some people coming up that are going to be good athletes as well. Coach James Clancy's done a great job with that program and establishing it right off the bat, and they've been winning a lot of games. But yeah, I mean, Klein Oak, like I said, is really intriguing to me. This is a team that has had a lot of success in recent years as well. They're usually in playoff contention. I know that they'd like to make a deeper playoff run. And I think, having an experienced quarterback like PJ Hatter, and then a really go-to guy like Golden was for Klein Kane last year, and Caleb Black, as you mentioned, he's a dynamic athlete. They can get the ball to him in a number of ways. That combo right there, I think, is really going to bode well for Klein Oak coming into this season for sure.
Excellent. Maybe we'll have another team like Tomball get it in on the last day and parlaying that into a state semifinal appearance. But
yeah, you never know. I mean, with Tomball, it was one of those things that they had a guy at the quarterback position who could do it all, and come playoff time, you got to have that. A true leader, a true great difference maker at that position. It seems like most years. So, we'll see how it goes.
It's like having that red hot goaltender in hockey, right? Just ride him right through the playoffs. So it'll be interesting. We're heading over to Cypress next week to talk about 16-6A. So that should be some interesting stuff as well.
For sure.
All right. Talk to you later.